Hi, I'm Zach of Zach Drives and Scarborough Toyota. In this video, we're going to be looking at the 2019 Toyota Rav4 limited model, okay? Now, the purpose of this video is not to talk about all the features or talk about the differences necessarily between the base model and what this one has, but specifically to focus on the features that make this high trim level limited model unique. Let's go check it out. So we're going to start off by looking at the front of the vehicle. And what I wanted to point out that's unique about the limited model, first and foremost, is this grille. See the grille here? It's a different colored grille here. It's like kind of like a light gray. This honeycomb grille in here. Just to give you guys a comparison, I'll walk over here. All other 19 Rav4s have this matte black grille instead. It's more prominent in person, but this is the matte black, and this is kind of like a glossy gray. Another thing that's noticeably different in the limited models, if I go a little bit lower, see this lower bumper garnish? It's this silver piece right along here. If I just kind of pan over, you can see all of the trim levels, it's just black on black matte plastic, as opposed to the chrome looking trim piece right there. Another thing that's different is if I zoom in a little closer, you see that there's a camera below the Toyota emblem, which has the Toyota safety sense. This camera here, along with three other cameras, total of 4 cameras, make the 360-degree bird's eye view camera, which we'll take a look at a little bit later. And also, if I look over here, we see we have parking sonars, 4 across the front, 4 across the rear, and as you're getting close and closer to objects as you're parking or maneuvering, it'll start beeping at you with a higher and higher frequency to let you know you're getting closer and closer to neighboring objects. Let's now move around to the side of the vehicle and see what else is different. So we're now looking at the wheels of this limited model. These are 19-inch, kind of like a glossy chrome aluminum alloy wheel. These wheels are the same wheels that appear on the XLE Premium version, but it's different than the all other Rav4 19 models. Just to give you a reference point, these are the 17-inch aluminum alloy wheels that come on the LE all-wheel drive and XLE models, not Premium, XLE model. And again, for reference, that's what the wheel looks like on the Trail Edition Rav4. Other noteworthy things about this limited model is we have chrome door handles as opposed to just body colored door handles. And if we look at the side mirror, just directly underneath that, we see we have more cameras for the 360-degree bird's eye view camera and puddle lights. We're now looking at the rear of the vehicle, and what I want to point out that's different about this limited model is this piece right here is also a Garnish piece that's kind of like a light gray in color, different on the limited model as you see here compared to all others. All others have this matte black plastic looking trim piece right there. And another thing that's different, it's hard to maybe see from the video, but in the window, if you can see it right there, you can kind of see it. It's behind the glass. There's yet another camera. This camera is used for your rear view mirror. So you can use your rear view mirror in this limited model like any other vehicle, or you can choose to use this camera. So if you have cargo in your trunk and you can't see out of the back, flip over to the camera and use this camera to see out of the rear of your vehicle in your rear view mirror. And we'll take a look at that a little bit later on as well. Now we're about to move on to the inside of the vehicle, but before we did, I just wanted to give you a shot of these seats. They're a mixed material Softex material seat, and I highly recommend you visit a dealership so you can take a look at these seats and feel them for yourself. It's a really, really high grade material, something that's you would come to expect from a luxury brand manufacturer. Now that we're sitting inside the car, I'm just looking back at the door. Now, as you can see, these limited Rav4s have memory seats as well as chrome door handles. And if I pan over, we have a 7-inch display. It's a TFT display here with all of your information, as well as an 8-inch display over here for things like the radio and the maps and all that other fun stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn on the vehicle just so you can see how this vehicle lights up a little bit. Maybe I'll close the door. So without my foot on the gas, I'm not actually going to turn the car on. I'm going to hit it once, and then I'm going to hit it a second time. So we'll first take a look at this screen right here. It might not come through so great in the video. Highly recommend you visit in person again to see it. Now what I want to show you about this display here is it's warning me telling me to turn the car on. I need to put my foot on the brake and push the push button start. But if you can ignore that flashing for just a sec, what I wanted to show is over here we have a multi-terrain select. So we've got sport mode, normal mode, eco mode. We can also turn this dial to get to rock and dirt or mud and sand. And you can also hit this button to go back to normal. And there's also snow and a decline crawl mode. So I'm going to first hit this eco button. And this is what changes about this display. Turns everything green. If I hit the normal mode, goes back to white. If I hit sport, turns everything red. Snow right here doesn't change the color of anything, but it does add that snow indicator right there. Turn the snow off. I'm now going to hit this decline button, crawl down, and as you can see it turned on right by that 40 kilometers an hour right there. And I put everything back into normal mode here as well. You can also use this part of the steering wheel to control this. And as you can see, there's a ton of information that can be displayed in this screen here as you're driving. And obviously it looks a little bit better in real life as opposed to my camera, which is having a hard time focusing. Lots of information to display. Over here we have this 8-inch display. Now the limited model also comes with an embedded navigation. So it looks something like that. It also has Entune 3.0 with Toyota's app suite and also Apple CarPlay for the first time in a Rav4. Now if we look up, we'll see we have this rear view mirror. Now right now we're looking through the body of the vehicle, but there are options and buttons along the underside here where we can switch to using that camera that we pointed out earlier right there. And that way if we have cargo in the vehicle, we can still see out of the back. If we scroll down, we see we now have not only heated seats, but we also have air-conditioned seats, or I shouldn't say air-conditioned, ventilated seats. By hitting these, we can see we have 3 different levels of air-conditioned seats or 3 levels of heated seats. Also, in this limited model, there are heated seats in the second row as well. And as you can see down below, there's wireless phone charging, something that's only available in the limited and the trail 19 Rav4s. Okay, I'm now going to shift the car into park. We are in the dealership, so we are close to some neighboring objects. It's going to start beeping at us, but I just wanted to quickly point out what the 360-degree camera looks like. So as you can see here, there's 3 different options here. I can touch the screen right there, and we have a full rear view screen. Here we have the 360-degree screen right here, as well as the backup camera and sort of a wide angle lens as well. We also have the ability to toggle on and off an overlay with a dynamic display. As you can see, it kind of wiggles as you turn the steering wheel. The last thing I wanted to point out is, as you can see here, it has a JBL branded sound system. So there's 9 speakers in this vehicle as opposed to the standard 6 in the lower trim levels. Now most people that would be considering this vehicle would be also comparing it to either the Trail or the XLE Premium. To give you guys an idea, it's $2,000 more expensive than the Trail and $4,300 more expensive than the XLE Premium. I'm Zach of Zach Drives and Scarborough Toyota. That's how I drive my car.